Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss some interview questions on malwares and OWASP Top Ten. Kindly do subscribe the channel and like the video. It always gives me the motivation to make new videos for you guys. Let's start the video. First question is, what is malware? Malware is short for malicious software, refers to any type of software that is intentionally designed to harm, exploit, or compromise computer system, network, or user devices. It is created by cybercriminals with the intention of gaining unauthorized access to the sensitive information, disrupting computer operation, or causing other type of damages. Malware can take various forms, including virus, worms, Trojan, ransomware, spyware, adware, rootkits. Each type of malware has its own specific characteristics and method of operation. Protecting against malware requires multi-layer approach, including regular software updates, the use of a reputable antivirus and anti-malware solution, strong email and web browsing practices, and user awareness and education regarding potential threats. Let's discuss their types. So there are several different types of malware, each with its own characteristics and method of operation. Here are some of the most common types. Virus. Uh, there could be question like what is difference between virus, worms, and trojans. We are here explaining every one of them. So viruses are malicious programs that attach themselves to legitimate files or programs that replicate with those files which are executed, and they can spread across the system and infect other files and causing damage to the data and system functionality. Worms. Worms are a standalone program that can replicate and spread without requiring a host file, uh, in case of virus. So they typically exploit network vulnerabilities to self-propagate and can consume significant network resources, causing network congestion and disrupting operations. Trojans or Trojan horses are deceptive program that disguises themselves as legitimate software to trick user into downloading or executing them, and they often create a backdoor for attackers to gain unauthorized access to the system, steal information, or perform other malicious actions. Ransomware. So it's very important topic in the field of cybersecurity. Ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts the victim file or lock their system, rendering data inaccessible. Attackers then demand a ransom payment in exchange for restoring access to the encrypted data. Spyware. Spyware is designed to secretly monitor a user's activity, collect sensitive information such as login credentials, browsing habits, or keystrokes, and transmit that data to the third party without the user's consent. Adware. Adware displays unwanted advertisements or pop ups on the user device, often generating revenues for the attacker through pay per click schemes. While not always harmful, adware can be intrusive and negatively impact system performance. Rootkits. Rootkits are stealthy malware that gain privileged access to the system, often by exploiting vulnerabilities. They hide their presence and provide unauthorized access to attackers, allowing them to control the system and carry out malicious activities. Botnets. Botnets are network of compromised computers known as bots or zombies that are under the control of central attacker. These infected computer can be used for various purposes such as launching DDoS attacks, sending spam emails, or mining cryptocurrencies. Explain drive by download. Drive by download refers to a method used by attacker to infect users' computer or device with malware without their knowledge or explicit consent. It typically occurs when a user visits a compromised website that has been injected with malicious code. So, what should be the mitigation for this one? To protect against drive-by download, users should keep their operating system and web browser and plugins up to date with the latest security patches. Additionally, using reputable antivirus and anti-malware software can help detect and block known malicious activities. It is also crucial to exercise caution when browsing the internet, avoiding suspicious or untrusted websites that may be more likely to host malicious code. Explain fileless malware or fileless attack. Fileless malware, also known as fileless attack or memory based malware, is a type of malicious software that operates without leaving trace of its presence on the victim's hard drive. Unlike traditional malware that relies on executable files stored on disk, fileless malware reside in the computer's volatile memory, like RAM, or leverage existing legitimate system tools to carry out its own malicious activities. Here are how a fileless attack typically works. So the first step should be initial compromise. The attacker gains the initial access to the victim system through various means, such as exploiting vulnerabilities, social engineering, or phishing attacks. Memory exploitation. Once inside the system, attacker exploit vulnerabilities in application or operating system to inject malicious code directly into the system's memory. This code may be in form of scripts, PowerShell command, or shell code. Living of the land techniques. So instead of external malicious, relying on external malicious files, fileless malware often utilize legitimate system tool or process to carry out its activities. This technique is known as living off the land and helps the malware to blend in with a normal system operation, making it harder to detect. Execution and persistence. The inject code is executed directly in memory, leveraging legitimate process or script to carry out malicious actions. This can steal credentials, key logging, network reconnaissance, lateral movement, or launching further attacks. Evasion and cleanup. Fileless malware often incorporates technique to evade detection, such as encrypting, obfuscating its code using anti-analysis method, or cleaning up any traces of its activity from the system's memory before it can be detected. To protect against fileless attacks, it's crucial to adopt a multi-layer security approach such as EDR. This also includes keeping system and software up to date with the latest security patch, like using advanced endpoint protection solution that can detect and mitigate fileless threats, implement a strong security practice such as least privilege attacks, access, sorry, and providing user awareness training to help identify and avoid social engineering and phishing attempts. What is OWASP? OWASP stands for Open Web Application Security Project. It is a non-profit organization dedicated to improving the security of software application and web services. OWASP provides free and open resources, tool, knowledge to help individuals and organizations understand and address the security risk associated with the application. The primary focus of OWASP is on web application security, including the identification and mitigation of common vulnerabilities and threats. The organization brings together security experts, developers, and industry professionals from around the world to collaborate on developing best practices, standards, and guidelines for security web application development. As of 2021, top 10 attacks and vulnerabilities according to OWASP are Injection flaws includes like occurs when untrusted data is sent to an interpreter as a part of command or query. This can lead to data breaches, unauthorized access, or even the complete compromise of a system. Broken authentication. Weakness in authentication and session management can allow attacker to impersonate user, bypass authentication mechanism, or gain unauthorized access to sensitive data or functionality. Sensitive data exposure. When sensitive data such as credit card numbers or personal information is not properly protected, it can be exposed to attackers. The risk is often as a result of inadequate encryption, insecure storage, or improper handling of sensitive data. XML external entity XSC. XML processing vulnerabilities can enable attacker to read local files, cause denial of service attack, or conduct server-side request forgery. XSC occurs when XML parser improperly process external entities within XML documents. Broken access control. Insufficient access control can allow unauthorized user to access restricted functionality or perform action for which they are not authorized. This includes privilege escalation, vertical horizontal privilege bypass, and other access control related issues. Security misconfiguration. Poorly configured security settings, default configuration, or open cloud storage can leave system vulnerability to attack. Attackers can exploit these misconfiguration to gain unauthorized access and access sensitive information or disrupt services. Cross-site scripting. It is a vulnerability that allows attacker to inject malicious script into the web page viewed by other users. This can lead to session hijacking, defacement, or the theft of sensitive data. Insecure deserialization. So this can result in remote code execution, replay attack, or privilege escalation. Attacker can manipulate a serialized object to execute arbitrary code or tamper with the application's logic. Using components with known vulnerabilities. Many applications use the third-party components such as libraries, frameworks, plugins. However, if these components have known vulnerabilities and not properly updated or patched, attacker can exploit those vulnerabilities or to compromise the application. Insufficient login and monitoring. Without proper login and monitoring, it becomes difficult to detect security incident, identify malicious activity, or respond activities to attack. This can lead to delayed incident response, prolonged compromise, or an inability to identify the root cause of security breach. It is very important for developers, security professionals, and organizations to be aware of these risks and take appropriate measures to mitigate them in their web applications. The OWASP Top 10 serves a valuable resource for understanding and addressing common web application security vulnerabilities. So, guys, this is the end of our video today. I hope all of you guys liked it. Kindly do revise and let me know if you need any other video regarding this topic or mitigations or any specific vulnerability. I will definitely try to make one for that one. So, thank you. I will meet you in the next video. Have a good one.